permaculture. Today I want to talk about stacking functions. That's a big thing in permaculture. They basically, it's doing many things at once. Say you can do one item and it takes care of many things. And sometimes it's a factor of time. Say, for example, when I'm at home, I'm stacking functions. I can be having the wash machine doing laundry. I can be washing bowls in the sink, and I can be cooking all at the same time. And also I can be listening to somebody's video or podcast or watching their video while it's going on. So that's several things I can do. And there's other aspects too I thought of today, is that one of the things is simplification. So many uses for an item. And one thing I do is I have this soap that's a multi-purpose. Okay, I get this Dr. Bronner's. You dilute it. And this is not a paid endorsement. I'm just been using Bronner's for a long time and I like it. So I get this and I use this for my hand washing, to wash my hair, and to wash the dishes. And also, say for example, I have something greasy on my, say I drop some greasy food on my shirt. I do a pre-wash with the Dr. Bronner's. I just kind of put on there with non-diluted and scrub it a little bit by hand, and then I throw it in the wash, and it's a good degreaser. So that's one thing I do to kind of save time and save the amount of things I deal with. It's just I deal with Bronner's, and I have one other kind that I use for the clothes wash in general, but this Bronner's is a little bit pricey, but I like it. And as far as for me, you know, it's a pretty good thing. So I offset that a little bit with different kind for the clothes wash. But things like that. And I even think things like this watch I have. This watch, and this is not a paid thing at all. This watch is a self-wind watch. So the time and frustration that's been saved by not having to go and change the battery of these blasted, what do you call them, quartz watches that they have now, is amazing. Because I would have been all the time trying to change, oh, new battery. And meanwhile, how many times has your watch been wrong? This one, it doesn't lose time, except for if I don't wear it for a couple of days. It gains time. I have to let time off. I'd rather it gain time than lose time. Okay, so I've had this watch for 9 years. I got this in 2011, early 2011. And I've replaced the band a couple times, but this is the most durable watch I've had in my entire life. And this is made by the Orient Watch Company, which I think is a division of Seiko or something like that. But in any case, the thing is that this thing's durable. You know, if you pay for things that are durable, they last longer, less resources wasted. And I mean, that even includes my time and frustration of running around to get another one, you know, so that's a resource too. My peace of mind and time and all that. Hi, Howie, how you doing today? I'm just going short today because I'm going to go to work in a little bit. But anyway, how's the Pathway Soil Bank? So yeah, just, you know, stacking functions is something we do in permaculture because it saves some energy and you get multiple uses out of something. Say, for example, I could build the compost pile and turn it, and that's a lot of work. Or what I'm doing is I'm digging a pit and throwing the stuff in, and that's a lot easier. You know, it's going to accomplish the same thing. If I really want to shovel the soil out to bring it somewhere, I can, but I'm building up the soil with, you know, I'm letting nature do the work and things like that. So what else did I have in mind? Oh, the other thing, I'm going to make it kind of a hugel pit. So you've heard of hugel culture, where you put wood in your compost and try to make it where the wood soaks up water and nutrients, and then it releases it back like in the warm times. You know, it basically holds the moisture longer, which clay doesn't have too much of a problem. But anyway, I'm going to put some wood into the pit So that way it's kind of a hugel pit also. And part of this is taking up on what Howie's been doing at Food Forest Permaculture, building this pathway soil bank. And it's kind of a pit soil bank, okay? I'm finding easier and better ways for me to do the same thing. And that's all about the stacking functions to me, you know. Equipment, yeah. And you know, another thing is I have a hard time getting wood chips here. So what I'm considering, you know, it's all about price and everything, but I want to get a real wood chipper, not a clunky little one, a good one. And then I can just, if somebody has some wood to get rid of, say they chop a tree down, they can bring it to me, or if I have to, I can go get it, throw it in there. I got more wood chips. Because I'm going to have, unless I get on pretty quick online with people that'll bring wood chips and leaves and things, and I'm going to have a constant struggle to get wood chips and leaves. So that's going to be the issue at some point. And I'm thinking it would be really great if I got my own chipper. And that'll last me my lifetime. I could just throw a big log, say like this, when chips come flying out the other way, you know, and that kind of thing. Yeah, and coffee grounds. I have to start with that. Somebody was kind of heckling. Actually, Cecilia was giving me heck the other night because I've done so little. And I said, well, you know, I'm starting slow. The tortoise won the race. So. But yeah, I got to get some more. I got to get into stopping at these coffee shops and make that a habit. And boom, boom, boom. This thing's, it's slow to get the ball rolling, right? But eventually this ball's going to get rolling, and look out. Yeah, kitchen waste. I'm seriously considering, well, at least I want to apply at some of these food markets and see if I can get a job, because there's so much food waste that just the stuff I could put for compost is good. Plus, the other thing is that I could cut my food bill because I'll have some more income. So it's as if I cut my food bill and maybe I'll get a discount on some food. So that's the thing. Yeah, so I'm trying to layer it the best I can. There's some wood chips nearby that are kind of the neighbors. I want to ask them if I could have some. And over time, I'm going to build up a resource of this. I have some things to do. I have a carport that I can make where I can drive into the backyard. And once I make that where it's easy to drive into the backyard, boom, I can have abundant amount of wood chips. And yeah, just utilizing resources. That's kind of what permaculture is about. Wood ash and biochar. Yeah, all that. Yeah. Put this up here. I didn't realize until the other day, accidentally, I put one comment on top of the other. And I thought you had to remove one to add one. And I didn't realize till just now you could hide them all at once. So I'm learning even this technical stuff. That's true too. I got to get the neighbors to start contributing. As I start bringing them produce, I need to start tapping their shoulder and saying, hey, I brought you some produce. Bring me the outfall from that. You know, quit stuffing it in the green bin. Actually, maybe I can start digging pits and let them do some of the work. You know, hey, bring it, put it here, cover it with some dirt. And then if they'd be willing to do that, it'd be just phenomenal. And then I'll come out there and plant something and let them harvest for them and all this. And yeah, that would be great. Neighbors don't have a lot, but maybe their food waste could be a lot. And plus all the bonus propagation you get with compost. I'm sure you have that there, huh, Howie? Bonus propagation. Some trees start sprouting out of this stuff you didn't expect. Trees and other shrub plants. I know when I took some class at a junior college in horticulture, we had to take apart a compost pile that quote unquote wasn't built right. and there was things that propagated. Some things, they tore the plant out. It was looking dead, and it was growing all these new roots and everything in that warm compost pile. So it is a propagating venue also, compost. Yeah, I want to do multi things. I want to learn how to get heat out of that. I have to experiment with some tubes and getting heat with that, because some coils, because I have to build them in such a fashion that I can pull them out of the soil easy out of the pit. I'm not going to undig the whole pit again. See, so that's the thing. Yeah. So it just goes on and on. You start, basically it can get to where if you do it right, you have to leave the property less and less. That's the idea. Minimize the amount of time I have to spend somewhere else. I'd rather spend the time in the yard, right? Or get inside the house and make a 10-minute or half-hour video, instead of like, oh, I have to go clear somewhere to make a video, or I have to go clear somewhere to buy a lot of this stuff that before I had to buy. Now maybe I can go outside my house and harvest and build up the soil, so later I can harvest even more. So that's the thing. And Howie, did you know about the Northwest Permaculture Convergence? I got a link through Rain Tree Nursery. Look at Rain Tree Nursery site. I think it's $20. It's an online, it's like a virtual thing. I don't know if you're into that, but if you are, I think it's from today until the 26th, so till Saturday. And I just haven't engaged with it, but I thought about it because they sent me that link. I wish they would have sent the thing about like a week earlier so I'd have known about it, but last minute just doesn't work for me real well. I like to kind of know in advance so I can make an excuse of not going maybe, or whatever. I can plan on going. And as I I'm looking at my email as this is going on, and trying to find it. Let's see if I can find it here. It's not in today's, it's in yesterday's. It's not Mother Earth News. I think it was in Rain Tree Nursery sent me. Yeah. 2020 Northwest Permaculture Convergence. Cultivate Community. Cascadia Gathering, September 24th through the 27th. Oh, so through Sunday then. $20 for the whole weekend. Click here to get started. So Rain Tree Nursery website, I would look on there. They sent me an email, but I don't have your email, Howie, so I can't forward it. Unless you want to post your email up on here. Because soon I'm going to stop this and get it rolling, because I have to go to work tonight. And but yeah, the Northwest Permaculture Convergence is going on. It's virtual. It's probably a good thing to connect with people, even though, they live a ways away from me. And maybe tomorrow or tonight when I get home way late, I can connect into that. I just don't want to think about it right now. And but yeah, stack functions, folks. Find your own ways to stack functions. Basically, a lot of it's saving a step. Save a step. Then you can use that step for something else. That's the whole thing. Cultivate as much food as you can at home, so then later you can cultivate even more from that. As you build soil, you build your soil bank, you build your compost. That becomes a propagation method, putting things in the compost. You have more trees pop up, you can replant them, you can give them away, you can sell them, you can trade them, you can all kinds of crazy stuff, right? So I'm working up to the point where I want to have chickens in a few years, hopefully, and then I'm not going to do the whole thing, slaughter them and all that, but I can trade them for some slaughtered chicken, and I can trade them for other things maybe, and that's the idea for me. I can get some eggs, many things. But I'm just not the guy that's going to do the whole thing, slaughter them and pluck them and just every kind of crazy thing. So I know that. So I'll be honest from the start. And but then they can add fertility also. So all that. And I want to get a humanure set up, but that's a little ways down the line. I have to make sure I have a steady stream of wood chips and things like that before I start with that. And I may build a cob little structure outside, like a little shed or something like that. For one thing, there's a guy that lives around here that does that. It would help him. And also, if I could facilitate a workshop where people come and do the work, and basically I could watch them work and take the video, right? Because I'm providing the place, and I'll provide some nice organic meal, even if it's not a whole meal, just something, organic snacks. And they come do the work, I make the video, they get nice lunch, boom, boom, boom. Support many things. So that's the thing. But yeah, it's a growing thing. And I'm starting to realize and give myself patience and be patient, thinking, well, look, nature works in a subtle manner. The seasons change slowly for a reason. So we need to change slowly. Don't try to just jump into something. Ease in. And that's, I'm kind of easing into the Pacific Permaculture Institute because right now I'm the number one only person doing it. So I don't want to get too overspent with my energies and stretched too thin. And so I'm going about it slow. Where can I trade this to get that? Where can I give this away and somebody will do something for me, etc. And that's how it goes. So anyway, like I stayed here closer to where I'm working today because I thought I might get called, and I did. So otherwise I would have had a longer journey. I wouldn't have had time to make this video, etc. So anyway, with that, I'm going to call it a day. Thanks, Howie, and everybody that watches on the replay. And talk to y'all later. Bye. I plan to go live on Sunday afternoon too, whether or not I do in between. Thanks for watching.